In December 1872, a ship was found drifting alone in the Atlantic. Her sails were set, her cargo intact, food still on the table. Everything was in order, except that every single person aboard had vanished. No struggle, no bodies, no explanation. The crew of a passing British ship spotted her first, a two-masted vessel moving strangely, drifting off course between the Azores and Portugal. As they drew closer, they saw no one at the helm. They hailed her. No reply. A small party rowed over, climbed aboard, and found the ship utterly deserted. She was called the Mary Celeste, and she had left New York weeks earlier with a captain, his family, and a crew of experienced sailors. Now there was no one at all. What made it so unsettling was the state of the ship. She was seaworthy and in good condition. Her cargo, barrels of industrial alcohol, was almost entirely untouched. There was 6 months' worth of food and fresh water aboard. The crew's belongings, their pipes, their oilskin boots, were all still there. It didn't look like a ship people had fled in a panic. It looked like one everyone had simply stepped away from and never returned. The only thing missing was a single lifeboat. The ship's log offered few clues. The final entries were routine, recorded days before she was found, with no hint of trouble, no distress, no warning. Whatever happened, it happened suddenly, and the people aboard had time to lower a boat and climb in. But apparently, nothing more. And then that lifeboat, and everyone in it, disappeared into the ocean without a trace. 10 people, gone. For over a century, people have tried to explain it. One popular theory involves the cargo. Some of those alcohol barrels were later found empty, and it's possible fumes leaked and built up below deck. A sudden vapor release, or the fear of an explosion, may have panicked the captain into ordering everyone into the lifeboat as a precaution, meaning to wait nearby until the danger passed. Other theories point to a waterspout, a sudden storm, or a seaquake that made the crew believe the ship was sinking. In every version, the same thing happens. They abandon a ship that was never actually going to sink. Of course, the absence of answers invited wilder ideas. Over the years, people blamed pirates, sea monsters, mutiny, insurance fraud, even the supernatural. A famous young writer named Arthur Conan Doyle wrote a fictional story about the ship that blurred fact and legend so thoroughly that many of his invented details are still repeated as truth today. The real Mary Celeste became buried under decades of myth. So why does this story still grip us? Because it's a mystery, with no villain and no monster, just an ordinary ship, an ordinary crew, and a decision made in a moment we'll never witness that cost 10 people their lives. The most likely explanation is heartbreakingly mundane, a reasonable choice made in fear that went horribly wrong, and the ocean, as always, kept its secret. The Mary Celeste sailed on for years afterward, but she was never trusted again. And the fate of the 10 souls who left her that day remains one of the sea's oldest unsolved riddles, a ghost story where the ghosts are simply permanently gone.